but pretty much, yeah. Okay. Okay. All right. Let's try this again. Since the early 1900s, the Palestinian people have been under Israeli control in their own land for over a century now. They have been constantly terrorized and attacked by the Israeli government because fucking land. This is just a war for land. This is just a war for land. This is, oh my god. You humans. I just can't deal with you all. I absolutely just cannot deal with you all. Like you all. Just some people are just assholes. Like, people see the Israeli government bomb a hospital with children, sick and injured people and elderly hiding in there from other bomb attacks because their homes are destroyed, neighborhoods are uninhabitable, and you applaud them, you fund them, you give them more money to carry out more attacks. You give them money to fund more war crimes, literal war crimes. These go against the Geneva Convention. And you keep supporting them. And you don't care about the actual innocent lives that are being lost. I have been scrolling through TikTok for the past couple of days, and my entire For You page is just Palestinian people just begging for their stories to be heard. Not to be saved, but just that they're remembered. Just so that they're remembered. And several other people have pointed this out. They speak perfect English. They're not speaking their native language. They're not speaking Arab. They're not speaking... It's English. Because they know that English, especially white people, should listen to them, and they have more power than they do in this situation, which honestly should not be the case. Because honestly, everyone should just have just basic human rights. No one should fear the bomb is going to get dropped on their head. No one should fear for white phosphorus being thrown on the ground because, oh, this government wants more land. And then other governments continue to fund said government. Because money. It's all for money. We, the people, do not want to go to war. We, the people, do not want to watch others die. We, the people, just want to live. Just want to live. We, the people, want to go to work, have a good job, so that we're not living paycheck to paycheck. And we want our neighbors and our next generation and our generation before us to all just be happy. We want people across the seas from us to be happy. We don't want to fear for our lives because some people want a few extra dollars in their pocket because some few greedy people just want a little bit more land. Just a little bit more land. Just a little bit more land. It's not like we've been taking the land for the past century. Ugh. There's a statistic going around saying that 300 children die each day in Palestine. 300. Everyone is up in arms with the Israel babies, they got beheaded. But the government doesn't seem to be like, oh yeah, thousands, literal thousands of other innocent kids, limbs blown off. Yeah, we don't care about them. Yeah, we don't. They're totally in the wrong. They're in the wrong because they're taking up this little bit of land that we want. Oh, we just want a little bit more. No. Just fucking no. Like, what the hell? I have a whole list of brands that support Israel by TikToker SpamX Account, 2 C's, 2 T's at the end. They compiled a list of companies that support Israel, and it is insanely long. They did a slideshow, 6 separate photos, bullet points. Heck, I'll even read off a few. Nike, Puma, Revlon, Chanel, American Eagle, Kylie Cosmetics, Summer Fridays, Ralph Lauren, Lancome, Bobbi Brown, Urban Decay, Olay, Clinique, Walmart, Starbucks, Nestle, McDonald's, Coke, Wix, Walls, Nesquik, Burger King, Papa John's, Pizza Hut, Pepsi, Domino's, KFC, Goop, Disney, The Ordinary, Twix, Ford, Bounty, Tide, Snickers, Dove, Maggie, Baskin Robbins. Oh, and here's these 2 shockers, CNN and National Geographic. Support Israel. News sources that honestly should be unbiased ways of information support a government committing war crimes. Why? I'll also give some brands as well that are in support of Palestine. Lush, Huda Beauty, Dark Collective, Vela, First Aid Beauty, Fresh, Supergoop, Wet n Wild, Real Techniques, Apple, surprisingly. I am genuinely surprised by that. Silk Rose, Sally Hansen, BioSilk, Benefit, NARS, Anastasia Beverly Hills, Dior, Laura Mercier, Bare Minerals, and Ben & Jerry's. We love Ben & Jerry's. Ben & Jerry's is fucking OP. But yeah. If these things are not all over your TikTok For You page, just look it up. Watch the people. Just be aware of the situation. Just be aware of what is going on. Listen to the people that are going through this terrible event. Don't just blindly follow what your government says. Just find the sources for yourself. Find legitimate sources. Find people there. I have seen several journalists post videos, send them to other accounts outside of Palestine because there's no food, there's no water, and there's no internet connection. Meaning they have no way to reach anyone, and they are starving and dehydrated and running from bombs. Now, I know people will argue back, oh, the Hamas is a terrorist group. Hamas is an extremist group. There's a difference between terrorist and extremist. Extremists take extreme measures as a protection. Extremist groups aren't made for here, I'll even pull up the actual definition of extremist. Extremists. Noun. A person who holds extreme or fanatical political or religious views, especially one who resorts to or advocates extreme action. All right, now let's look up terrorist. A person who uses unlawful violence and intimidation, especially against civilians, in pursuit of political aims. Those are 2 different definitions. One is, hey, we need to do extreme actions. We need to do something bigger to fight for our belief. The other one goes straight to violence against people. Again, a person who uses unlawful violence and intimidation, especially against civilians. Against civilians. Tell me, has there been any record of Israel actually aiming to hit the Hamas? No, it's just all been civilians. It's an ethnical cleansing. Again, 1940s. And not even all Jews, it's just the Zionists. It's literally just Zionist people in that area and just around the globe that are willing to exterminate an entire population, an entire race, an entire, community, all for some land and cash. So fucking stupid. So fucking stupid. I'll even say one reporter's name that I saw. Maha Husseini. I apologize if I mispronounced that. The Middle East Eye posted her video. So if you want to find it, if it's still up on TikTok, do so. Listen to her. Listen to everyone. Listen to everyone on there. Because, again, all they're asking for is that we just say their stories. Which, honestly, is depressing as hell. But, yeah. Tell their stories. Also, I've seen people also say make duha as well. Which, I'll just go ahead and look it up as well. Just to say the proper definition as well. Alright. 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 And pretty much the definition of make duha is to ask Allah directly for something. It is pretty much just prayer. Okay? And I myself am not religious, but I have seen several people, again, on TikTok in Palestine ask for people to make duha for them and the fallen people. So, look up properly how to do that. Look up properly how to do that. If you know people, then ask to join them as well. And just in general, try. Also, some of the brands that I mentioned that are with Israel, boycott. Hit them where it hurts. Take it out of their wallets. Hit them where it fucking hurts. Take out those pennies from them. And then, heck, I'll even pull up all the war crimes Israel has committed. Here we go. Here we go. straight from the United Nations. Commission of Inquiry collecting evidence of war crimes committed by all sides in Israel and occupied Palestine territory since 7th October 2023. All right, it's clear evidence of war crimes. Yep. Reports that armed groups from Gaza have been gunned down. Yeah. Here, quote from the thing. Reports that armed groups from the Gaza have been gunned down hundreds of unarmed civilians and abhorrent and cannot be tolerated. Taking civilian hostage and using civilians as human shields are war crimes. The Commission is gravely concerned with Israel's latest attack on Gaza and Israel's announcement of a complete siege on Gaza, including withholding of water, food, electricity, and fuel, which will undoubtedly cost civilian lives and constitute collective punishment. All right, I'm just continuing to scroll through. Here we go. It'll continue sharing information collected with the relevant judicial authorities, especially with the International Criminal Court, where the Office of the Prosecutor has already commenced an investigation of the situation of Palestine since 2021. The Commission is deeply distressed by the mounting violence and spiraling death toll and underscores the urgency for the parties involved to cease all forms of violence and ensure that civilians are protected. The Commission urges Israel security forces and Palestine armed groups to adhere strictly to international humanitarian law and international human rights law. Yep. And then Amnesty International also has a say on this. Damning evidence of war crimes as Israel attacks wipe out entire families of Gaza. And as Israeli forces continue to intensify their cataclysmic assault on the occupied Gaza Strip, Amnesty International has documented unlawful Israeli strikes, including indiscriminate acts which cause mass civilian casualties and must be investigated as war crimes. The organization spoke to survivors and eyewitnesses, analyzed satellite imagery, and verified photos and videos to investigate air bombardments carried out by Israeli forces between 7 and 11 of October, which caused horrific destruction and in some cases wiped out entire families. I have been told that there is 45 families so far wiped off the registry. Families. Generations. They're just gone. Also, hold on. From Simone Umba, she recently posted a video as well with saying Spain is to bring Israel to ICC, the International Criminal Court, for war crimes. No one is with it. And then they also said, yes, here we go. Tweeted by the Spectator Index, Russia calls on the IDF to release satellite images to prove it did not fire missiles at Al-Hala Babset Hospital. So even Russia is against this. And then quoted by Jackson Hickel, Russia's UN Security Council resolution calling for humanitarian ceasefire in Gaza failed to pass. Countries supporting resolution: Russia, China, UAE, Gabon, and Mozambique. I apologize if I mispronounced that last one. And then the countries against the resolution: the USA, UK, France, and Japan, and all others abstained. You know, like, it is really bad if Russia and China are like, hey, can we stop killing civilians? Can we stop bombing hospitals? And then the US, UK, France, and Japan are just like, no, money, land, ethnical cleansing, just, yeah. Wow. Just wow. Yes. And then, is it also in the same TikTok as well that she posted? Because I also saw a post saying that Oh, here it is. From Clayton Morris on TikTok. Egypt is ready to cross the Gaza border. There's trucks outside the border saying with food, water, fuel, supplies, things to help the Palestinian people, but Israel's not going through. Yep. The Egyptian side of the border filled with aid, medical supplies, food, and water, ready to cross, but they are not being allowed to cross. Yep. That is the quote directly from Clayton Morris on TikTok. The video was posted 2 days ago at this time of recording. Honestly. Yeah. And then I am looking at the comments as well. Everyone is adding CNN. Yeah. Honestly, just do better, humans. Like, come on. Come fucking on. I'm disappointed.